Hello, one and all, and welcome to Cavemandu podcast. This
Namaste.
is episode 13, and today we have a special friend who's joining us. He's going to give us some insight about a very desirable place in Nepal. Actually, a desirable place all around the world. The place's name is
Once
Mustang.
known as the Forbidden Kingdom, also. No?
He's a native of Mustang.
Uh-huh.
He works there. He spends a lot of time there. So let's see what.
Let's
Why-
get into it.
Yeah. Why are you in Mustang? Like,
Why am I in Mustang?
yeah.
I'm sick of the city, man. I'm gonna be a farmer and move to the village now.
How's life as a farmer, man? It's good.
It's good, man. You guys should come visit. It's like chill, relaxed.
How many wildlife is there around your place?
Wildlife.
Yeah, wild like foxes,
animals?
jackals, yeah, whatever.
Oh shit, man. You get like snow leopards,
leopard,
bears.
Snow leopards?
Yeah.
Yeah, snow leopards. Oh my god, man. Snow leopards kill our fucking
Livestock.
goats, man.
Have you seen it? Like,
I've never seen it. I know once you
They're
tried
called the
to
ghost cat, man. It's
Right.
very difficult to see them.
you tried
They're very
shooting
shy
them, I
creatures.
know once.
Once we had gone to film a collaring of the snow leopard, okay? Double for team sang. Unfortunately, we couldn't. We stayed there for 10 days. There is this village called Khambachen.
Mm.
But then we stayed for 10 days, we couldn't call it, there was no signal. And then, but on our way back, say, 2 days after we left the village, they collared one guy.
Wow.
So we missed it by 2 days, I guess. But it's a fun trip.
This one Sherpa guy also, Rita Sherpa, someone, the one who recently died.
Recently passed
Yeah,
away.
that
He's
guy
called
also is
Snow
called
Leopard.
the Snow Leopard.
He's called the snow leopard.
leopard,
Why is he
yeah.
called the snow leopard?
He climbed Everest 21 times without
without
oxygen.
oxygen.
No
Okay.
oxygen
Guinness
at all.
World
It's
Record.
I
super
saw,
human,
yeah, I saw the picture.
Yeah.
Like he was full sunburned, no?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like black.
How did he pass away? Say?
Old
Old
age.
age.
Old age and
Old
he had
age.
some kind of cancer, I think so.
That guy's superhuman, man. Without oxygen.
Yeah. But unfortunately, he was not financially stable. Ni. It's bad,
How
man.
come? Like these,
Who will give him money, man? Government.
if you climb to them, you get paid, no? Like,
But
I
then
don't
he
think
was,
you do.
he was, I'm sure he was. I think he was not financially literate. Ni.
Hmm.
Financial knowledge no भएको मान्छे हुन्छ नि. Just
possible.
fame मात्रै हो.
so it's pretty expensive to climb Mount
Yeah,
Everest, man.
no, but the people who guides and all, they don't get the full amount. Ni. It's not that the whole thing goes to guides. Ni. It's the company gets it.
Yeah,
Ni.
okay.
So, Aaron, what do you do in Mustang, man? Tell us a bit about yourself.
Oh man, I'm
What do you farm?
farming apples, man.
It's big. What's the
Yes,
what's
Mustang
what's the
apples.
what's the company's name that you sell apples in? The
Oh,
name.
it's,
What's your farm?
our farm is called Chimley Orchards.
Okay, okay.
It's a family-run company. It was started by my grandfather, like 45 years ago. And then now it's looked after by me and my dad, and we supply apples to Pokhara and Kathmandu.
Why? What's the meaning of the name Chimli?
The place where our first farm is, it's called Chimle.
It's the name of the village.
It's well, not the village. The village is called Dumba. It's a small village. Nobody really knows about it. Like people, when you say Mustang, everyone knows like Jomsum and Muktinath and Lomantang. Not a lot of people know about our village, and it's kind of off the के भन्छ?
The
main,
road.
main road. के.
Oh, okay.
So it's a small village. So त्यही village भित्र चाहिँ this one plot of land was called Chimle.
Okay.
So yeah.
So we can call you like a apple professional.
No man, I'm still learning. Still learning as I go.
अब त्यो हुन्छ नि छुने बित्तिकै like थाहा हुन्छ ए this is good apple.
is good.
No, not good apple. Sweet apple.
So
You can
do
bet-
apples get exported also from Nepal?
From Nepal, I'm sure they do, but हाम्रो कम्पनीले चाहिँ गरेको छैन. Right now we're only sticking to Nepal.
So
पछि
it's
गर्नु पर्ला.
Mustang apples, it's like one of the best apples.
Mhm,
you find in
definitely,
Nepal.
definitely.
The juiciest.
Mhm.
And a bit about Mustang, sir, but it's in the Himalayan belt, you know?
Mhm.
It was once.
Northwest Nepal.
It's only been like 20 to 30 years since they've allowed tourists to come in.
Really, I don't know if it's been 20 years.
I think
be more.
Muktinath people used to go before.
Could be more. Like Upper Mustang, you mean?
Yeah, Upper Mustang.
धेरै भयो होला. I'm not exactly sure
So it's
कति.
but fairly recent one compared
fairly
to
recent.
पहिला. 50 years maybe.
So
Next.
why were
Back.
people not allowed?
पहिला चाहिँ
Yeah, probably to preserve the fucking and the heritage.
ecosystem. To preserve the
The
ecosystem.
heritage maybe and the culture. Mm,
Do you think they'll be like there's some preserve गरेर पनि did it make any difference when the people came in? Did it change anything when they allowed people to come in? Was like any old cultures wiped out or something, or
No, I don't
It's
think
still the
so.
same,
It's
right?
still the same. It's still the same. Like Upper Mustang, they've stuck to
So that
the
was just a
roots.
fear then for them.
Yeah.
But now, Sean, right now they're financially like rising and because of the amount of tourists which comes, you know.
And the tourist pass is like really expensive for Upper Mustang. I don't know the exact amount, but I think it's like somewhere around $500 or something.
For foreigners.
For foreigners. Nepalese people, you don't have to pay anything.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a big amount.
$500 just to enter
I
a
think
place.
it's
Man.
around $500. I'm
Just
not
imagine
exactly
500 to enter a place.
What do they do
Tickets,
with that money, Ola?
sure. Oh,
The
not
administration.
exactly sure.
Development of the area, country, who takes it?
I don't think
The
that never
central
comes back to Nepal, Kathmandu. That money will never come back to Kathmandu. If only they pay here, but if they pay that side only, I think so it's circulated
district
in the
pay
district
money.
area itself.
Could be.
Because then if it comes to Kathmandu, the Mustang
Generally, the funds are used to maintain the local level ecosystem,
level, government
whatever.
level, yeah.
You have to maintain people to come in. They utilize those money for those things.
So internet छ त्यहाँ?
Certain places must be
Some
having
places.
definitely.
Really slow maybe.
Very slow.
The Upper Mustang ko बारेमा even I don't know. Like त्यति-
No, in your
I don't know so
village.
much. Like where I'm from, it's Lower Mustang.
You've heard
त्यहाँ
of
चाहिँ,
Lo?
yeah. What?
Lo. Upper
Lo
Mustang,
Mantang?
yeah. The kingdom of Lo.
No month.
Lo Mantang. Yeah.
Not Lo Mantang, it's just Lo. Lo.
Maybe it's the old
Lomong
name.
Thang is called Lo.
You've not heard of Lo?
No.
Lomong Thang is called Lo. Ola.
Maybe it's the old name or
I
something.
haven't heard of Mustang much, man. I only know that Muktinath
So
side and
you're
Johnson.
talking about Nitya Forbidden Kingdom. And the Lo Mantang
Yeah.
Lomong
is a walled, ancient
exactly.
walled city.
Lo.
So that was the Forbidden Kingdom.
Kingdom.
The mystical kingdom
So there's,
of Lo.
is there a prince and all right now still residing there? In that-
Yeah.
Yeah, the crown
They
prince
still
is
have a royal family.
The crown prince is alive. The king recently passed away, I think.
So now the crown prince is the king now.
But I don't think that there's been a ceremony or coronation.
I'm not exactly sure, but yeah, they're
It's
still
an interesting
respected
fact
there.
that the Mustang has a king and had a king recently. So the reason why the king of Nepal before was called Sri Panch Sarkar is because Nepal, there were like 5 major kings or something. So he's the king of 5 kings.
Oh, okay.
Sri Panch Sarkar. So Mustang ko Raja was another Raja.
Was one of them.
Maybe somewhere in the Tarai there's another king. The king of Prithvinarayan Shah is called Sri Panch because he's the king of 5 kings.
I didn't know that.
That's interesting. That I didn't know, man.
So what do you call from Cavemandu towards Muktinath you go, no? There's a road that goes to other side also, no? Left hand side.
Oh yeah, that's the one you take to Upper Mustang.
Okay, that's Upper Mustang.
So Muktinath again is a religious site. So Mustang is a fucking awesome place.
All of you guys have gone.
So
Yeah.
I mean,
I
my
have
mom is
the-
from.
I have never been to
You
Mustang.
need to come.
From my mom's side, my mom's from Mustang, so I've been there quite a few times.
Me, I was fortunate enough, like I had a site visit through my work. So I'd gone to see a hydro. That time I was fortunate enough to be taken by the
Oh
client.
right, I remember it was like last year,
Yeah, last October.
October.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's last year.
October.
Yeah, I missed you by a day or two, no? Yeah, you called me.
I was in. We had gone to somewhere near Tatopani, not what do you call it? From Beni, a little high up. What is it called, man? I forget the name.
How'd you go? Did
Yeah,
you
there's a Tatopani there.
Tatopani.
Yeah.
From Tatopani, a little ahead. I don't know the exact place's name.
Oh, okay, I know. There's a hydro.
Hydro, yeah.
plant there. Okay,
So
okay,
we
okay.
had gone for a site visit there.
Site visit. So why you have to site visit?
So
for
yeah,
loan?
generally, no, hydropowers they take loan, no.
Yeah.
So you have to go and see like how much they have completed, what is the latest status, like whatever information they are giving you, is it true or no? They,
So you guys verify it?
yeah, you have to go and verify.
God damn, insurance, we don't verify shit like that, man. So they
Insurance,
they
you
send
have
us no, we have to go, but we don't verify shit. So they just send us a letter in the letterhead stating that we want an extension of period in our insurance, and we finish 45% of work. We have no idea how much is finished. They just send us that and some photos. Photos can be old, new. We don't know, and we just go ahead with that.
Okay, so how big is your farm?
We've got 2 sites, Ali.
How
Both are nearby each other.
yeah, how
Yeah,
far
they're
is it?
close. One's in Jomsom. That one's around 50 ropanis. And our first farm, the Chimle farm, that's like 200 ropanis. So that's under our company, and then we're starting another farm. I'm a partner or something. That's another 100 ropanis or so.
So Yontan's family's farm is one of the biggest privately owned. It is the biggest privately owned farm in
Probably,
Mustang.
yeah. In Mustang, yeah, definitely.
And how many trees of apples do you think you have?
So we have two different
Breeds,
kinds of
yeah.
trees. Like the
Jat.
standard trees भन्ने हुन्छ, those are like what my grandfather planted, हैन, त्यो फुल
Yes,
हुन्छ नि,
this-
Occupy
this-
a larger space.
The trees
yeah.
your grandfather planted, is it still
How
there?
old is it?
Is it
they're
still
all,
producing?
yeah.
So generally, like just for knowledge, like do apple trees also have a life cycle? Like say after
Yeah, then-
20-25 years, they don't produce any more fruits.
Yeah, definitely. Like these standard trees, they'll probably live for like 80 to 100 years, but obviously once you pass 40-50 years, the
Productivity.
production घट्दै जान्छ.
So you just remove the
Quality
trees then.
depends on the quality also, the life of the tree,
Quality of what?
quality of the fruits.
Yeah, like
The
as it
initial
ages,
years-
the quality is going to go down as well. Quality and the production. So
It gets sweeter or it gets more sour when it gets older?
No man, the sweetest sour is based on the breed.
No, but like Purana man to apple, like how do you know it's old? If it's like less sweet
yeah,
or
certain
like more
techniques
sour,
maybe.
how is it?
I mean, I think the taste stays the same, you know. I think you just have bad looking fruit or like small fruit.
Oh, so it's not the internal, the external features.
Deformed
Yeah,
maybe.
okay.
Starts
Internal
deforming.
company gets
The
sweeter and
shape
all that.
will start. And how big actually is a natural apple, like the size of it? Because in the market you see already you get like these
Chinese
big
on the
like
Oh,
Dubai
man.
apples and shit.
Yeah, those are really big, man.
How the hell did they make
Naturally,
so
how
big, man?
big will it be?
Like about the size of a tennis ball, cricket ball, भन्दा अलि ठुलो.
That big.
Yeah.
That's the. Yeah.
But then you can have any size of apples, like depending on how you grow your tree. You know, you
the
can
ones
train
that-
it. You can train it to
What?
have like big ass apples.
You can train it. How
You
the
can
hell do you,
train,
how
like,
the
there's
hell do you
something called-
train?
Like you just thin the fruit. There's something called thinning, you know. So it's basically like shano, and you cut off the excess fruit, and the ones that are on the
Oh,
tree,
okay.
Yeah, okay.
they get more nutrients and they get a chance to
Bigger.
grow bigger.
It's like they do this in tobacco farming also.
Oh really?
This they cut out things like tobacco actually is a leaf tree, right? So once some big, it looks like lettuce, right? So once some lettuces have come up already, other small lettuces will try to take over it. So like once a week they keep cutting it to make all the nutrients go to that one leaf. Not one leaf, but they're like maybe 15-16 leaves. So they'll be more juicier and more greener, whatever. So what I was asking was how many trees
Oh,
do
yeah.
you think you have?
So it's the standard trees, Malvantin, the big ones. Those ones we have around 3,000 jati, hai na? So 2,000 jati jai they're fruiting.
Man, how many people does it take to look after 3,000 trees, man? Like
3,000 trees. I mean,
The workforce.
like 15 people can look
15
after it.
people.
Yeah. If you have the right machinery
Right.
and equipment.
I don't think you do
let's
it every
say-
day, no? Every day.
Exactly.
You don't have to do it every day. It's seasonal. So
So
you have a season for cutting. You have a season for thinning. Everything is.
It's
You're not
basic
doing everything.
agriculture process. you have.
So let's say it's the picking season, right? And you start from one point, 15 people, and there are 3,000 trees. Once you reach maybe the time it takes for the people to pick and reach the other side, won't the other side's fruit be a little bit damaged already?
Okay, on that point, we don't. That's not how we start picking. Manum.
Okay.
We just look at the trees, hai na? So all the fruit don't ripen at the same time. Okay? And jun ripe sa, त्यो टिप्यो, and the ones are that still have time to grow, we just leave them on the tree, and then you just
Send the first lot.
do the whole farm, hai na? And then maybe after a few days, then you do another round.
Okay.
In that time, they get a chance to ripen some more. Okay?
Also, it's
What about the
cycles.
ones that are missed and already rotten?
Those
You
we
just
just
leave it
just
on the
let
ground.
it drop. You feed it to our horses or
okay.
cattle.
How long is this process?
So it doesn't get wasted
Plucking
at
the
all, no?
apples.
Plucking the apples, like the harvest season can last from, depending on your
15 people,
variety.
keeping in
No,
mind
no,
there
no.
are 15
Like
people.
when we harvest apples, we hire other people, but you need a lot of people. That's what I was going to
Okay.
tell you, Augie. So we get a lot of people from the village nearby. त्यति बेला त चाहिन्छ, like you need like 20-30 people, you know. And yeah, it takes anywhere from
It must
late
be fun,
September.
right, working?
Oh, it is fun, man. It is fun.
So,
do
like-
you provide like lunch and stuffs also?
Yeah, definitely. Morning they come and we give like tea and biscuits
So
and
how
whatnot.
many days will they work for?
So like I was saying, it goes anywhere from late September, October, and like if it's a late growing variety like Fuji, it can go until first or second week of November. Funny.
So 2 months.
These
2 weeks is
months,
solid now.
It's like you're just picking the fruits
Yeah, yeah.
continuously. And there's a lot of fruit. So a tree, say, how much do you get from the tree approximately?
So
one tree.
depending on how you look after your tree,
Good
na?
one.
You
On
can
an
like the
average-
standard tree I was talking about. Like we still haven't talked about kati trees. So standard trees ko bare kura garda. A standard tree can give anywhere from like 50 to like 80, maybe 100 kilos also. I know of some people, they have like old trees, that are like very tall. Then they're not looked after so well, but they'll give you like 80 kilos per tree.
Good
1
apples.
year.
1 year.
How
harvest.
much is how much apples will fit in 1 kilo?
How many,
45.
around six.
6.
6 good sized ones.
So
like,
about
like the size of a
500
tennis
to
ball.
600 apples per year
One tree.
from one tree.
Is that right? Is that the math?
No.
Kilos gonna
So if
80
it's let's say
kilos,
100 kilos, like let's say 100 kilos,
And
1 kilo is 6 apples.
5 apples per 1 kilo. So that means 20.
100 kilos. 100 kilos.
Oh, so it's
1
600.
kilo is 6 apples. So 600 apples.
yeah.
Right.
Even I got
so-
that math.
Yeah, that's
So
right.
it's
That's right.
per year that much.
600.
That's and you have 3,000 trees.
Yeah, but there's another type of trees we've planted. Usually they're called dwarf trees, Usually it's on we have a high density orchard. Okay? These trees don't grow so tall; they like go up till 10 feet jati, and their lifespan is around 20 years, and they won't bear so much fruit, like maybe maximum 40 kilos jati.
Well, is it more
What's the
expensive?
benefit of this?
Yeah.
Why
Why did you do it?
The trees, they bear fruit faster. So like
do you
a
harvest twice a year? Things like that. Oh.
well, not twice a year. So a standard tree will bear fruit only after
2-3
maybe
years.
7th or 8th year.
Okay.
The first fruit, right? Whereas these two dwarf trees, they start bearing fruit like from the first year, nahi din
Oh,
thalcha.
wow.
But if you like from the third year, majal dincha ke.
So once the big trees after 5, 6, 7 years they start giving fruit, they give fruit every year.
The big trees,
Yeah,
the
the
standard
big trees.
Yeah.
They give it every year, right? So is it more profitable to do the big trees or the
No,
small
it's definitely more profitable to do the
smaller trees?
the dwarf trees.
Your return is faster.
We only have the standard trees because it was planted like 40 years ago by my grandfather. I didn't even
Those trees
see
are like
my
40 years old.
I never saw him also. So like those trees are bearing fruit.
Like, do you know the historical significance of apples in Mustang area? Like,
How do you start? In a sense?
meaning, do they have songs about apples or
Songs,
It's
It's
pretty
like-
I know there's
recent,
some pop songs
Old
and all like
folk
that.
It's not an
songs.
ancient thing.
It's not an ancient thing.
From what I know, I know too. This is the Japanese bought apple farming to Mustang.
When do you think?
Yeah,
think so.
there's a
70s
lot
and
of
80s.
Japanese connection.
Because like I know we have Japanese connection because Tukche, the village where my mom is from, so they have a sister village in Japan. They call it a sister village, and so they have a lot of trade and like it's an interchange of culture. Like my mama is my uncle, my mom's brother. He's been to Japan to that village to learn winemaking. So there are a lot of these interchangeable things. I think during that period, some Japanese or Arab, they might have started the first apple.
Yeah,
The
like even our
cities, the
farm.
village's name in Japan is called Toga.
Yeah,
Oh.
It's
Toga,
back to
yeah, exactly.
1989.
Oh.
So pretty 30 years.
Because Mustang, imagine like it's a very barren landscape.
Yeah,
if
it's
you
pretty
talk
dry,
about
like-
it. It's not like a very.
It's a desert basically.
Yeah, it's a
Basically,
rocky
yeah.
It's a
desert.
high altitude desert.
But then apparently.
But why is it
apples
so
were really
sought
well-
after by world travelers, trekking lovers, adventure lovers,
The views
mountain
is-
bikers,
The views, I think so.
paragliders even?
The views.
I mean,
The views, but
closer to nature.
Pani.
yeah, that too. And I think it's a short route, and in that short route you get to, if you start from Kathmandu, you get to see like the city, the hills, Then you go up, you see like forests and whatnot. And then you move up, you see the mountains. It's kind of dry there, so you see a lot of different terrain. Okay?
And also thing like
During
it's-
Another interesting thing, yeah. Toga and Tukche made a relationship in 1989, not long ago, because the place Toga is in, it's called Matsumoto. That place wanted to do its own kind of cultivation of agriculture of buckwheat or papar. So they came to take papar and they gave apple.
Oh,
that's cool actually.
That's
yeah. On that
Because
note,
Papa is very
yeah. On that note, actually, I'm a farm bunny. We were
And-
given our farm for lease, like way back, like 10 years ago. There was this Japanese gentleman. He's deceased now. Kondo-san bunny. He did a great job. Like he taught the villagers a lot of different growing techniques. Okay, apples ko bare mein. And he trained a lot of villagers, and now a lot of them know how to grow their own apples, and everyone has their own like
Mini
3-4
family,
mini farm
family.
behind their house.
Yeah. So the Toga village and Tukche village, which is in Mustang, deepened the friendship by conducting annual exchange and visits, accepting technical trainees from Tukche to Toga. So
My uncle
they
is one of them.
exchange maybe buckwheat and apples every Every
also
year.
technical like education that you talked about.
education.
Just tried it.
Like, what do we feel?
And another thing, like say, apple is the primary product. There are any byproducts that are made from apple in that region?
Brandy.
yeah, brandy.
Apple
that's the
brandy is
biggest-
really famous there.
Yeah.
Then you have all these
Jams.
dried apple rings and.
Jams, I think.
How much
I
jams?
don't
You
think
make
jam-
jams, right?
No, I tried it once, but it didn't work out so well.
But
A
it's a
lot of
good
people
batch,
make
man.
the titaura type of titaura
sweet
and then juice.
Right, so
What else?
let's go into Mustang now. And life in Mustang, like,
Typical day in Mustang, you wake up super early.
What's
have-
early?
what's the temperature like super early in, let's say, summertime, June, July? How much?
Summertime.
Super
I mean,
early,
even
5
s-
o'clock in the morning.
Even summertime, I'm sure is like the highest must be like 5 degrees, like early in the morning.
early in the
But it
morning.
can go up to 15, maybe 15 degrees. It gets really hot during the
Yeah.
afternoon. But even now, I think it's Rati Tirada 0 degrees pugs होला.
But this Oileko is the best weather.
Yeah,
for
Dasai
Mustang.
time is the best
And
time
in
to
winter
visit.
times, at night sunlight can drop down to minus
Oh, easily
4, right?
minus,
It's
minus 8, 9.
Minus
yeah,
8, 9 guys.
yeah.
Water freezes completely.
Once you get inside
Well,
your
not
home, it's just
everywhere,
better to
but
stay at
yeah.
home only. So once you go inside your home, it's better to stay in home only.
Yeah,
Don't
yeah.
go out of Mustang. Man.
Exactly. People might die.
Yeah, but people don't usually.
Because,
They don't
if
stay much. They migrate.
water freezes at minus 4.
Oh, okay.
So if you leave water outside minus 4, it'll start freezing.
Yeah, but that like
So that means the water inside your body also.
Oh, damn.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Okay.
It'll
Yeah, I
start
know about
freezing.
that, but talking about frozen waters, first time I went to Mustang was during the winters because we really wanted to see snow. And then I remember my grandmom was staying there. And in the morning, like if you woke up early, you couldn't wash your face. Okay? Once the pipe drainage didn't work because all the water was frozen.
Oh,
Secondly, the water that was there was so cold. Okay? So as soon as you wake up, you had to wait for someone to take the water, heat it up, and then you boil it in the what do you call dawara ko chula, and then you take it and you wash your face.
Damn.
Life is hard there, man.
So nowadays you
That's
must
why
be
in
getting
winters
geyser
is
and
Yeah,
all
man,
that,
winter
like
time,
electricity.
like people
Yeah,
go around
yeah.
like hitting their water pipes. के भित्र
Yeah,
ice हुन्छ नि, so like they beat it up like
So
the ice.
another cultural thing I saw in one documentary was winter time people shift to southern warmer places, right? But there are people who stay behind.
Yeah.
So they hire somebody like one of the ruling the leader of the village or something like that has to stay behind.
Oh really?
So there's a community of leaders or something like original people of the village because many of them have gone abroad, whatever, shifted from there. But original people of the village, they have to stay there year round. So even in winter, they elect one of them to stay back, right? So this guy, whoever stays back, he hires somebody who's not from the village, who's like from another. Usually it's Chetri bounds. They are searching for job, and what their work is to do the work of the ordinary people when they are not there. For example, farm works, locking things, washing things, picking up things. Like that.
Well, why,
So-
why, sir? Why?
Because people leave the house in winter.
But if no one is there, then nothing will happen. No, then.
No, like even your daily chores, right? Your daily chores.
Oh, okay,
For example, let's say you have to pick up the newspaper, even though this newspaper doesn't. Just an example.
Okay.
There are lots of farm work like that, like weeding up the thing. Irrigation work. The irrigation is jammed. They have to clear the irrigation, things like that. And this guy has to report to the head, to the supervisor,
of the
the
village,
chief, every time.
Another thing I noticed when I went was like say like I went before Dasai or after Dasai, I really can't remember. But like all this goat and sheep snow, bro, they were getting it towards town to sell.
They sell it for
By
Dasai.
foot, bro.
Of course.
Like say if you have 100, by the time you reach your end destination, man, 20% is gone, man, down the hut side.
They take their cattle to China to sell also, man, yaks and all.
Bro, the experience, man. None of the shit will get lost. They're really experienced.
No,
These
like
cattle are expensive, man. I heard like these yaks and all go for like lakhs.
Yeah.
These big yaks. And
Yeah, I'm
All
sure.
the
man.
houses in
Lakhs.
Mustang, eh?
Mostly stone and mud houses. The old
No,
ones.
not like this, no? Carpenter is
No.
Not for
I mean, the new
But
ones.
recently I've been seeing
you see-
concrete buildings.
Yeah, a
also.
lot of, which sucks.
But that, I feel like kind of
it's colder, eh?
It changes the
the
whole
Cold,
thing,
man. Concrete houses are cold.
Cold. So stone houses and mud houses are warm.
Stone and mud houses. That's the best.
That's the thing, like people who've lived there and built houses,
Exactly.
it's through like hundreds of years of experience,
Exactly.
man.
They know
how to live
best.
and
Yeah,
build
they know
around that
best.
area.
Yeah.
You can't build like modern things and just okay. If it's like if it has some science behind it, then you can do it. But a city just these concrete
Yeah.
houses, you start building there.
Yeah.
So,
First, it'll fuck up the landscape.
yeah.
B, it's not practical.
They've already destroyed it. Man. If you go to Muktinath now, it's only
Yeah.
concrete houses.
Yeah.
Man. The charm of the place
Yeah,
is not there.
It became a commercial area, no?
Very, very.
Definitely. commercial.
Bars and stuff, like mini Tommy
They're
kind
like
of.
saunas and stuff. No.
Oh yeah, I mean
Yeah.
sauna. You can do a sauna. You can
Jacuzzis.
still stick to
There was a
being
sauna.
traditional and doing a sauna that way.
ढुङ्गामा
But
हाल्ने,
like,
ढुङ्गाले जलाउने.
opening up like high, like 3-4 tala concrete go
Yeah.
makes no sense, and it's much colder in Muktinath. Why would you build concrete houses there?
What do you call during October time the river was dry, bro.
Yeah.
Majority of the places.
Yeah, around
Usually
October.
So
dry.
during rainy season you'll be full on.
No,
Yeah,
not
The
the whole
river.
thing, but majority.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there'll
it's
be
pretty
lots
big
of
during
small
the-
streams
Yeah.
going
Yeah, lots of
down
them.
there.
And another thing I don't know if it's true or no, but they were showing a certain place. Like it's got the deepest what do you call
Gorge.
gorge.
Tukchi, I think so, man.
No, it's what's it called, man? It's the Kali Gandagi Gorge or something, man.
Yeah, and
It's
Tukchi
the
village
deepest
is there.
It's
Kali Gandagi
where
Gorge.
to Rupse Chhara cha ni?
Yeah.
The Rupse waterfall. That's where they calculate it. But I don't know how they calculate it. Maybe they calculate it from the top of the mountain or
mountains,
something.
yeah.
That's why it
3000.
comes out to be so deep
It is the deepest gorge in the world.
in the world. Yeah.
What's the name?
Kali
Kali
Gandagi
Gandagi,
Gorge.
right?
Gorge.
Yeah.
Thak Khola.
Thak Khola, exactly. And Tukche is beside Thak Khola. That Khola is called Thak Khola. It's right by the banks of the river.
I know, man. I've never
Damn.
been to Mustang. It sounds like an interesting place to go.
Yeah.
Beautiful
man.
place, bro.
It is. I mean, that's the thing about the Himalayas. There's no other place like the Himalayas. There's like okay, in Europe there's the Andes, right? In South America there
Peony
is
Mountains.
Patagonia.
no.
Andes.
No,
Alps.
in Europe there's Alps. In South America there's Andes. In North America there's the Rocky Mountains, right?
In Africa, there is that.
Yeah, the Great Rift Valley, right? And in New Zealand there's the one, but none of these compared to the Himalayas in size and just magnitude, like you know what I'm saying, the grandeur, like how big it is.
Mustang is like of kingdom, man. Like there was kings and queens there. Must be wars,
Yeah,
right?
so many things were lost in
Wars.
history. We don't.
There must have been wars
Yeah,
there.
man.
The
Because-
biggest fear must be nature in me, bro. More than
I
Yeah.
haven't heard of wars, but there are like some pretty interesting things Upper Mustang, man. Like they
Like?
found mummified bodies in the caves. You heard of this?
Bodies?
Yeah, mummified bodies that like, and it is before like Nepal was founded also.
Yeah,
Oh,
Way before.
BC, like
Yeah,
way
BC.
BC. Because
They found
thousands of years.
artifacts in those caves. So
There are
in-
mysterious caves in
Yeah, all
Malang
over
and
Upper
Mustang.
Mustang.
Yeah,
like mysterious caves all over the.
right in the
thing
cliffs. Like it's like you have this. I'm sure you know, right?
Almost
There are
like-
these cliffs, right? Just deserty
Uh-huh.
cliffs, maybe
Okay,
300, 400
Full of
feet.
snow or it's like
No, it's deserty.
Dry.
the
Mud,
dry
mud,
red
dust, yeah.
Okay.
And there's 300, 400 high, the cliff is 300, 400 feet high, and at the top of the cliffs there's a row of holes,
Oh, yeah.
and inside those holes there's almost like
Artifacts.
chambers, man. There's like halls,
mummies.
but it's not this big, like you have to
Yeah,
crawl
you
and
have to
go.
go
Who built
around
that?
It's
That's
a
the mystery.
Till now, no one knows.
So there's no
Buddhist monks mummies
yeah.
are found there, artifacts
Yeah.
are found, plates, cookery items, clothes, jewelries have
So
been
from
found.
that they couldn't decide. They
No,
couldn't
it's
decipher.
Tibetan.
No, they couldn't decipher which age it was in.
So carbon dating dates it
Yes,
back to
BC.
more than 300-400 BC.
It's
400
before
BC,
Nepal was
wow.
founded.
So was it before the Tibetans ran away from Tibet?
Man,
or
Tibet,
Before
Way
that,
back.
way before
Way
Tibet.
back.
also.
yeah, Tibet ran away in 1951.
51,
bro.
right?
So that's like BC.
70 years ago, yeah. BC is 2300
I
years.
was saying it was because of that guy, Genghis Khan.
Could be,
Genghis
man.
Khan, this is way before Genghis. Double
before.
Genghis Khan. Yeah.
Wait,
Double
really?
Genghis
Genghis
Khan.
Khan,
Genghis
yeah.
Khan.
1,000 years
ancient,
older,
man.
definitely before.
Genghis Khan is 1100. We are talking about, see,
3000.
Genghis Khan is
Before
1100
Christ.
years ago. We are talking about 2300 years ago.
So in terms of your business, I have कसको time
2300 years ago, this age, Ashoka was going on in the plains, Ganga plains.
Ashoka.
King Ashoka.
In the west,
But Ashoka was a
your-
Buddhist, right?
Yeah, he became
Turned
a Buddhist.
Buddhist.
Buddhist. So maybe there was a time when the people were returning from
Man, I
Tibet
think,
to
no.
Zen Buddhism.
no,
That
Tibet
time-
wasn't there. Tibet was China, man.
No,
Nah, bro.
No, man.
Tibet was a Tibet.
way back.
Yeah.
Tibet was a
China, that's what I'm saying. Tibet became China in 71. I mean 51.
I don't think there was a Tibet kingdom only.
There was.
was.
Tibet
Tibet
is
was-
like.
How ancient
Big ass
kingdom.
country, man.
Yeah.
Tibet is an old country.
It's
See, it was
China.
not a.
Bro, Tibet was a flourishing
Yeah.
civilization. Like, way
It's a
back.
civilization. It's not an empire. Yeah?
It is as ancient as the Chinese civilization.
Maybe.
No, little bit.
I think at one point, like, the
See-
Potala was like the tallest building in the world. I'm not sure. Okay. but
Highest
anyway,
building.
Highest
building in the world.
Because it's what is Tibet called? The
Roof of the world.
It's beautiful in Tibet.
And the
Been
highest.
Tibet?
I've been
not
Tibet.
been to
Tibet.
Tibet, I've been to
Oh
Tibet.
shit! I read.
Mustang side
That's
also,
like
bro,
so-
in this
you know, like,
rivers
you're a
and all,
government.
all the rivers that
It's a
flow from
government
the
country.
mountain peaks and all. There must be this gold traders, no?
Gold trade.
Where they
mean, way
what do you
back
call,
or-
filter
No.
in the river to find gold.
There's no gold.
I haven't heard of.
You know where there's
something
gold?
like that.
This
Sun
gold.
Go- you know where there's gold? Sungozi.
That's why it's called
Lhasa,
Sungoshi.
yeah. You take your
not anymore.
Arniko highway, keep going in the China border area. That's called Sungosi area. Yeah. So there's this river, thing, last resort Garni
Eh, okay.
river. That river, if you go back, Sungosi, lots of gold have been found. Lots of Patan, I mean, your Patan over here had a nickname of the Golden City because almost every big temples had its. Now, according to our Newari design, the important houses have tips. Some have 3, some have 2, some have 1. Or at one point in like 16th century, about 400-500 years ago, almost all the temples had gold, pure gold tops. Now, freaking none of them have. And freaking smuggled and sold them. The king's own brother, Dhirendra,
Oh damn.
his freaking whole family was involved in smuggling, man.
Fucking
They just went around
Yeah.
looting the fucking
Looting
rooftops. or
temples and shit.
what? Fuck, man.
Carvings,
asshole.
golds and shit, man. So that's what a lot of the gold from Kathmandu came from Sungosi way back, man, 500, 600 years ago.
So does
And-
gold also have like a time limit? Does it dry out?
Nah, bro.
So why aren't they mining it anymore?
Gold is timeless.
I think political reasons. Man, there's lithium in Nepal, man. There's diamonds
I
in
heard
Nepal.
Mustang,
I heard
they found
Malang
uranium
found
in Mustang.
Yeah, there's natural gases in Nepal.
There's uranium in Mustang.
Yeah,
I
apparently.
know about that.
Apparently.
Yeah, apparently.
What the fuck? If you're uranium
And I
taken,
know,
will
to
be
this
super
exactly.
rich, man.
I know do this, but like the Indians have been coming and excavating it from there like since when, Rege?
Oh,
But then the government doesn't know what it, and like local people say, oh, like the Indian helicopter उडेर आउँथ्यो के लिएर जान्थ्यो.
oh man. A lot of people think
I
it's
know
like,
too. This is
it's something that'll make you billions or something, but
It's so risky,
uranium
man.
in
Risky.
Mustang, apparently it's not like high grade, like quality or हुन्छ होला नि. So it's not really like A grade uranium, and I don't think there's a big deposit of uranium there. Maybe it's like a small stretch. From what I recall, it's like just a 6 kilometer or 8 kilometer stretch of uranium. So it's not a lot.
so maybe there's possibilities.
Yeah.
Because they say like,
Fine, just like fine
because
oil
of the
or something like
Himalayas, the minerals and the deposit that's been accumulated in Nepal for this section, you won't find anywhere else. Really. The
Possible.
natural gases, the minerals, the plantation, the vegetation.
Why do you think that is?
Oil China.
Why do you think
Because
Because of
this
the-
land is
the
damn
whole-
unique, man.
Right?
How this land
It's
was
only here in
formed.
the
Yeah.
Himalayas, exactly. Two plates crashing in this.
Yeah, how this land was formed is damn unique. It's nowhere in the world it's formed like this. But our political situation, I mean, in a way, it's
The
good
government, man.
that nature is untouched out here. In a way, it's very good. Like cultures, we can like if you go to Nepali villages,
It's not only untouched, it's also undiscovered. Yeah.
like if you go to Nepali villages right now, it's like time traveling, man. Almost, you can see people living lifestyle. Be like 1,000 years ago, 500 years ago, how people lived, they still
In the
live.
remote
They
villages.
probably don't
Yeah.
know about money and all.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. In the remote villages.
yeah.
Right?
So in a way, that is a good thing.
That's
I mean,
a really good
pros
thing,
and
man.
cons, yeah.
What do we do in Mustang if you are to go?
So if you're an Apple,
Let's start from
Apple
Kathmandu.
farmer,
If you
what
guys
do
From
come-
Kathmandu to go, yeah. From Kathmandu to Mustang.
how to reach there?
Kathmandu to Pokhara is just a 6
What do
hour
you
drive.
recommend? Flight or drive?
I prefer driving.
Driving is fun.
Yeah, driving is fun.
For people who
And
don't
I-
stay in that region, I think flight will be better for body
Flight is
to.
also an experience, I think, so. From
It is.
Pokhara to Johnson.
No, you can do both things, bro. One way,
Yeah.
Flight and coming back
going
by road.
down road, coming back,
Uh-huh.
flight.
But it's a scary flight, man. It's just 15 minutes, but that 15
Why
minutes, you're like,
there is
my
no
God.
direct flight, eh, Kathmandu,
love it.
Johnson?
I have no idea. Maybe
No, they can't fly the planes, man.
maybe it's too. You need like
The
really
distance,
small planes to fly to Mustang.
That is-
Because Jomsom Airport is like it's inside a valley. It's kind of narrow.
I think you can literally have to like go through two mountains like this.
Uh-huh.
And you're like-
And plus, they're building international airport at Pokhara.
Pokhara,
yeah,
Yeah.
Pokhara they're building.
Apparently, it's
That'll.
like,
But
Mustang.
Mustang should be a nice place to sell, no? If we can.
Sell
It sells on its own, bro.
sell.
To sell to
Oh, yeah.
people.
packages,
Definitely.
tourism.
Not for foreigners though.
To sell what? Land.
No, to
No.
sell packages, travel packages.
Travel packages.
Like homestay packages.
Yeah, you can do a lot, man. You can
Yeah.
do homestays. You can do horse riding. You can do like mountain
Boating.
So
biking.
many activities,
Off-road
not
man.
boating,
biking,
bows
Road
and arrows.
biking.
There's a lot you can do there.
Saunas.
So many, man.
Saunas, like hot biking and
Spa.
all. Oh, that's
Yeah, and also,
possible.
Man,
another interesting
spa
thing.
would be a great idea. Outdoor open air spa.
I think Sona will have this
Freaking-
Mokshama.
Yeah, but it's not open air. Like that would be
Open
cool.
air, no, man. Anything's open air possible. It's so fucking windy there.
No, seasonal.
No,
Like,
it's always
It
windy.
can be done.
No,
it can be done.
it can be done.
You can have like a
Yeah.
nice hot jacuzzi running.
Yeah,
Okay,
open
so
air spa.
If you notice,
Massages.
do you know anything about skiing, skateboarding, skiing and ice? Do you got
You can't see
Yeah.
Those
Winter
areas,
sports.
with the winter sports, but in every hotel, in the winter sport area, there is a jacuzzi, hot tub outside, okay, in the,
Yeah.
wherever your hotel room outside, okay, the balcony is always there, okay, it's super hot and
No, but
it's covered in snow, eh.
Without it's snow, ne?
It's covered in
Mustang is
snow.
windy and dusty. Ke?
But then it's not. You at least cover it
No.
up, no, then.
Yeah.
It can be like
Maybe you can
Possible.
have
Glass,
it
glass, glass.
on two
Yeah.
sides.
Yeah.
Have the jacuzzi in the middle, facing the
But
mountain.
what I was gonna
Not
say
bad.
is,
But then-
speaking of Mustang activities, they're starting the that kid,
Go-kart.
Formula.
Go-kart.
Formula E.
Something.
Formula E, Extreme E.
Extreme.
That's gonna be insane. It's,
That would be
Extreme
fun,
E.
man.
It is supposed to happen this year, right?
No, it's supposed to happen 2021.
Next year, but
year.
that's probably gonna get postponed. So Extreme E is basically you guys know. what
Yak
Extreme
Attack
E is.
happens in Mustang.
What?
Yeah, yeah,
What's a yak attack?
Yak Attack is mountain biking event.
Oh
Downhill
yeah,
biking.
downhill. I heard of that.
Awesome, world class event, bro.
Yeah, was insane. Downhill cycling.
I've never seen them, man.
Even
But
I think
to
I've seen
route
a
my
video.
everywhere I go, I see they
Yak Attack.
put routes for themselves marked. Okay? It's like Yak Attack.
Check out Red Bull channel also YouTube. They have lots of Nepali downhill cycling.
So, but Mustang
I
is
think
full
we
with
should check
rocks,
one
no?
out, man.
It's a rock area, no?
No.
Rocky
Rocky
area.
desert.
It's a rock area, but then how the hell do you go down, man?
There are places.
I mean,
Yeah,
not,
no,
They are-
not
they are
terrain
roads.
terrains,
all the
ne?
places.
Yeah.
Not everything is rocky. Ne?
yeah. You under any supernatural
Mustang,
scary
ma.
things? Yeah.
No, man.
Do you
I
walk
can't-
around at night
It's too
Yeah,
cold.
man.
It's too
Yeah.
cold. I
No,
think.
I do.
You do?
and
Yes.
alone?
Well, not alone. It's kind of scary.
The skies are really pretty, no?
Yeah,
Yeah, oh my
skies are
god.
beautiful, bro.
Clear skies,
At
you can
night.
see the stars.
You can see the
Stargazing,
Milky
that's
Way.
something else you can do.
Yeah.
I know about that.
You can actually see the Milky Way galaxy, man.
If
Oh
you take a
man, I've
telescope-
seen, you see so many shooting stars ke? Every now and then. There you go.
Best
Yeah,
I've
man,
seen-
you can
have
get
seen a moon
stargazers.
rise, bro? It was the first I saw a moon rise. It was so beautiful, man.
No man.
So full moon night. And like since like it was 7, but it's full dark. There was no moon, okay, but we knew it was full moon night, so we're just waiting for the moon. And suddenly this moon pops up behind the Nilgiri range. Correct. And it's the ball.
Yeah.
The
Like
whole
most,
mountain is like glowing because of the moonlight. White light.
When I reached that the place just below Muktinath, and when we went to our hotel, whatever, and me and my cousin went to smoke cigarette on the roof. Full moon night. My God, the white snowy hills, the
oh my
stars,
God,
man.
it's
It was
beautiful.
full moon
The
night.
view is
Yeah, and
Full moon night
because
you
of the
have to
moonlight
experience
also, you could see, man,
Yeah.
distance far away. I mean, it was something else, man.
It's quite a view, man.
I should go
It
there.
is
I
a-
should actually go there.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, we can all go, man. Once we
let's
should
plan
do
one.
a road trip or
And the
like
trip, so from here, Kathmandu,
something,
drive,
some kind of trip.
jump some.
no, but what do you
Not-
call beside Muktinath? There's a small
Yeah.
what do you call
Buddhist place.
where there's an active volcano, bro.
Yeah,
In
this is
Nepal.
gas reserves below. Gas
It's
reserves.
not a volcano, bro.
It's called active volcano. in Nepal.
Man, we'd
Bro,
be
you
very
can
concerned if it
literally
was
see
an
fire.
active volcano.
Yeah,
So
that's what. That's gas.
That's
Gas.
probably you're talking
And you can get
about-
I
the
saw
smell
that
also,
also,
like
yeah.
sulfur.
It's always lit,
Okay,
bro.
It's been lit for like ages.
So haven't there been any like reports about local villages saying, some exorcism case or witchcraft
Doctors,
case?
I know.
That's the thing. I've never heard of anything like that.
Are you into the culture over there? Are you local?
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone knows you.
Yeah, definitely.
So never
The
stories
only
like this.
ghost story from Mustang was one that my dad told me. He once when he was young,
In Mustang only?
Mustang mein. So right above a farm there's this forest, hai na? That's where he should take his cows and all to graze. And it gets really foggy there, ni, Biana. I mean, even in the evening you take it, hai na? And then the weather can change so quickly, and it started getting real foggy, hai na? And then his cows got lost, and he went looking for the cows, and he was with his brother. Okay, so it's not like just him seeing it. He was looking, and then he started getting foggier, na? And he khoja. And then at one point, my dad remembers seeing this man walking in front of him, and then he called out to him like, "Hey dai, I'm a guy dekhnu bhacha," or something. And that guy kept walking. He's not replying to him. Hey dai, bhanda. And when he got close, that guy wasn't there. Okay, so my dad got really scared, na? And he turned around, hoping that uncle didn't see. But uncle also didn't say anything. Both of them turned around and started walking downhill. Okay? So my dad didn't want to tell uncle to frighten him, but uncle was behaving in such a way that maybe he also saw, and he didn't want to tell dad. So they're both walking back fast, and when they got back to the farm, they're like, "Oh yeah, man, even I saw that." Okay, both of them saw. Okay. They're like, till this day he doesn't know.
So what kind of dress was the man wearing? Like just the detail and all.
No, he was just wearing like
Normal,
a
he
normal
looked
like
like
a
a-
jacket type and normal pants. And pachadi bhar dekhe.
God damn.
No one lives there.
No, this is like in the forest.
I mean, it's such an ancient place. There must be. Yeah, it's gone. Alright, that's episode 13. Hope you enjoyed it. Like, share, and subscribe, all that good stuff. And thank you to our friend
Thank you for having
London
me.
Gurung. Yeah,
The
interesting,
mountain man.
interesting talks. And
leopard.
thank you for joining us again. And next week we'll be back with another thing. It's a weekly podcast. Support us. And we are live, not live, but we are from Nepal, Kathmandu. Ciao.
Yeah.
Bye bye.
Good night.
Stay.